Hi, Rev families. We are in our second to last week of session 4, and I'm sure you're gearing up for Easter and spring break, but we do still have 2 more weeks of lessons for those who are following along at home. I recommend this week, if you haven't done so, check out the Why Jesus series by David Nasser that's on Right Now Media. The information about that's in the bottom left corner of the take-home conversations that went home in the purple packet. And if you don't have a login for that, let me know. I can get you access still. This week's video is really good. It's talking about miracles and the things that skeptics say about the miracles that Jesus did. They can be hard to believe. It's strange to think about someone walking on water or feeding 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. But these miracles happened. These are the miracles that we hear about over and over and over again in the Bible and in the Christian church. And really, miracles are happening, and miracles are recorded in the Bible because they're a way of God showing us who he is. And we talked a little bit earlier in the year about miracles when we talked about Elijah. And so this is more of an updated conversation. And the best thing about this is that we start talking about Jesus. And really, this is a good opportunity for you to have a conversation with your kids about who Jesus was. And if we believe that Jesus is the Son of God, or if we believe that these miracles are true, it's hard not to believe the other. In the email this week, if you didn't take a look at it already, I included some extra questions that go along with the video. They can be used on their own, or they go along really well with what David's saying about feeding the 5,000 and walking on water. I've also included an extra miracle in there for you if you as a family want to look at one more. The video this week also ties into the last verse of the week that's listed there, Luke 9:12 through 26. It's the story of feeding the 5,000. And if you haven't read this out of the text as a family or on your own, I really recommend it. The story itself is interesting. It has some good conversation starters. And your kids all received a bookmark earlier in the year that has 4 or 5 questions that you can ask as you're studying the Bible to help you get into the scripture and really dig in and try to understand it. If you're not sure of what that bookmark is, or if you need another one, let me know. I can send one over to you digitally, or you can pick one up from the office. The service key this week is a really good opportunity as a family to get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather we're supposed to have. It asks you to go outside and take a walk in your neighborhood. You can pick up trash along the way, and they recommend that you take a moment to pray about things as you see them and walk by. This is a great opportunity if, as a family, you don't really pray together, or if it feels uncomfortable praying out loud, to try some different things. What I recommend is, as you walk, to make observations about the things that you see and the places that you're visiting. Maybe you walk by a park that has good memories for your family. You can stop at the park and ask, when you stop here, or when we're here, what do you think of? And maybe your kids will bring up that time that someone was playing on the monkey bars and fell off, or the great games of football or catch that you've played in the green space there. Whatever it may be, you may want to take that observation to pray for other families to have good times in that place. If that place has a bad memory, you may want to ask God for forgiveness, or ask God to bring healing to your family or to that place. You may even want to pray for other families that you come across, or other people you know who go there. If your neighborhood is fairly commercial, maybe you want to pray for some of the businesses that you'll walk by. Or if you know everyone in your cul-de-sac, maybe as you walk by people and houses and places, maybe you want to pray for those families and those people that you care for. It's a great opportunity to try something new. So if you haven't done this, get out there, give it a shot, and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about your prayer walks together this week. The last thing from this week's lesson that I really want to point out to you is the devotion section. It's tied to the miracle of feeding people. And if you were in worship this past weekend, you'll know that we just kicked off Minnesota Food Share Month, which happens every March. And the competition is on and fierce between Pastor Don and Pastor Liz to find out what their hidden talent is. If you're trying out the devotion this week, I encourage you to think about how you want to respond to hunger and be a part of what we're doing for Minnesota Food Share this month. For more information about that, be sure to check out the website or stop in during worship on the weekends and see how the vote is going. I've also included the link to the video that was shown in worship this weekend about hunger. below. So if you haven't seen that video yet, or if you want a chance to share it with someone who wasn't able to come to worship this weekend, do so. It's a great video. It's a great conversation starter, and it could be a great jumping off point for a conversation in your family. Well, this is what I have for you this week, guys. If you have questions, concerns, or if you want to stop by for the Parent Bible Study next Monday, it's our last meeting. Please let me know if you have any questions in the meantime, though. And my prayers and thoughts are with you all as we go into this week and as we're preparing for spring break and Easter. So blessings and take care. Bye, guys.